If you guys want coins for FC24, make sure you check out MMOEXP.com. Their link is down in the description. They're very fast, they're very cheap, they're very reliable, and if you use my code REMA, you can get yourself a lovely 5% discount. So what's up guys, it's Ash here and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video guys, we have some tactics and instructions for the 4-2-2 formation, one of the most popular in FC24 as it fits the meta very well. It's good in the attack with those 4 attackers, you know, in almost like a line, and it's also very defensive solid with those 2 CDMs and the back 4, so it's very good. A lot of pros and competitive players do enjoy this formation, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please be sure to drop it a thumbs up as it does really help me out with the algorithm. Sub to the channel if you are new so you never miss out on any videos, and don't forget to turn on those notifications. And yeah, with all that aside guys, let's get right into today's video. Okay then guys, so starting off with the custom tactics for the 4-2-2. For the defensive style, we pop it on balanced as it does give us the best control over our defense. I say this a lot, but it is true. You know, when you want to press, you can. When you want to be more passive and conservative, you can also do that. So I enjoy balanced as it makes me feel like I'm more in control of my defenders. If you prefer pressure tactics, however, that is absolutely fine. For the defensive width, guys, I advise anywhere between 40 and 50 as it does give you a nice, narrow and compact defense to block out all those attacks through the middle and prevent your opponent just having a free run at the goal. I don't suggest going any lower than 40 though, because you still need to have enough width to cover the wider areas in case an opponent goes down the wing. So you need to be narrow in your defense, but not too narrow either. Now for the depth guys, you can pretty much use whatever you want. A lot of people like 71 depth, which is absolutely fine. You get that automatic press from the AI, which really does congest that middle area of the pitch. It makes it very difficult to play through, but the only drawback is it's not very manual, so you lose a bit of control. You know, it's in the AI's hand a lot of the time. So I prefer something like 65 or 60 depending on the day, where we still have that higher defensive line. We just have a bit more control over when we press our opponent. If this is still too high for you, however, you can lower it even more, and that is absolutely fine. Moving on to the build-up play guys, we pop this on balanced as I find it to be the most consistent and the most varied way to build up the play. When you use balance guys, you can use slow build-up, fast build-up, or whatever you want, whenever you want essentially. So I really like it for that. I also think the individual settings are pretty terrible and they don't help you out in the slightest. I've tried them out a few times and I don't like them at all. So I think balanced is just the most consistent way to build up. Now for the chance creation guys, I do recommend direct passing as it is by far the most meta way to beat the park the bus defenses in this game. In fact, it's the only way. Direct passing uses a very weird type of movement with your attackers. It's just push forward, track back. So what happens is your attackers will make runs, defenders will follow the attackers making the run, and then once the defenders have overcommitted to that run, the attackers track back, so then you can pass across or cut back to them. So it creates a distance between the attackers and the defenders so you can cut back. So that's why everybody uses it. Now for the attacking width, you can pretty much use whatever you want. All you really need to know is the lower the attacking width, the more narrow your attack, and then the higher it is, the wider. So I would advise anywhere from like 40 to 55 with this formation, but you might want to go a bit higher. That is absolutely fine. Just do what you want, really. Now for the players in the box, in this formation we have it on 7. This is to get quite a few players into that penalty area, but again we don't overcommit everybody in the box to the point where we're going to get counter-attacked if we lose out on possession. For the corners and the free kicks guys, I have them both on 2, but you can do what you want with that. Now for both of the strikers guys, on the player instructions we have them on stay central and get in behind. We have them on stay central to keep them in those middle areas primarily. We don't really want them drifting out into the wider areas since they are our strikers. We need them to be in front of goal. We need them to be in the middle, and we also have the wide cams to cover the wider areas, so we don't really need them there. We keep them in the middle. We also have them on getting behind to force the runs out of them, as they can be very static on mixed attack and not really offer us much support. So I think getting behind and stay central are the best 2 instructions you can have on the strikers. Now for the wide cams guys, we pop them on comeback on defense and get into the box for cross. Now the reason we pop them on comeback on defense is because it makes it defend in a 4-4-2 shape. So when you have these cams on comeback on defense, they'll come back to sit next to those 2 CDMs as a right mid and a left mid to fill in those gaps that are left on the wing. So the 4-4-2 is a very nice compact defensive shape that allows you to block out the central areas and the wide areas simultaneously, and that's why everybody uses it. We also pop them on get into the box for cross, so when we do get into the attacking third, they do not hesitate in getting into the penalty area. Now for the left CDM guys, we use a more defensive minded midfielder, so somebody that's basically just going to stay back, break up the play and be an anchor for us. So on this player, we have them on stay back, cut passing lanes and cover centre. Obviously we don't want him flying forward. Cut passing lanes means he'll always look to intercept those passes and break up the play, and then cover centre to cover the middle, as we have the wide cams coming back to cover the wings. Now for the right CDM guys, we use more of like a box-to-box style player, so somebody that will attack and defend, basically do a bit of everything. So we use Hullet here, and on this player we leave them on the default settings so that they can do what they want. The only thing we change is cover centre, so that it will cover the middle area as opposed to the wings. Now moving on to the fullbacks guys, it's the same as what I do with a lot of formations. On the most attacking fullback, this being my right back, we pop them on balanced overlap. This is to give us extra width and give us a wider option and stretch out the opponent's defence, and I still believe this is extremely underrated. So this is very useful. Pop your most attacking fullback on balanced overlap, and then for the more defensive minded one, pop them on stay back and overlap, so you always have at least 3 defenders back at a time, but when you send them on the run forward, they'll make that overlapping run just like the other fullback to give the extra width. For the 2 centre backs, we leave them alone, and the goalkeeper, we also leave them alone. But yeah guys, they are my tactics and instructions for the 4-2-2. If you guys have enjoyed, please be sure to drop it a thumbs up, as it does really help me out. Sub to the channel if you are new, and also don't forget to turn on those notifications. And yeah, with all that aside guys, hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.